Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents and football fans from around the world? How y'all doing here? Back again with another football video here, another football news video here. So today, let's talk about Xhaka leaving Arsenal for Bayer Leverkusen. That's right, Xhaka has officially signed with Bayer Leverkusen, and honestly, dude, I'm not surprised at all. I saw this thing coming from a mile away, especially after listening to that interview, that Arsenal interview that Xhaka, agreed to do, because yes, the video is out there. I'm gonna leave a link below to the interview if you guys want to listen to it in the description. I think it's like 20-30 minutes, and Xhaka basically talks about his time at Arsenal, and in the interview, one thing that really made me upset about the interview is when he basically talked about how the fans have treated him, and it's like all the people that are acting all surprised that Xhaka left Arsenal for Bayer Leverkusen. Let me just tell you all this, maybe they should have learned how to support their club captain better, especially when they go and get rough, because here's the thing, man. When Xhaka was doing really well for Arsenal, people were cheering on him, but, when he was giving off inconsistent performances, people were literally, maybe instead of supporting him like how a real football fan does to their club captain, instead people just felt the need to ridicule him and even go out of their way to, bash on his family. It's like, and y'all are surprised that Xhaka is leaving Arsenal. It's like, maybe y'all should have learned how to treat your club captain better, okay? Like, I hate to say this, but it's like, I feel really bad for Xhaka that he went through all that BS at Arsenal, because it's like, he's a talented footballer. I've seen him play. I still remember when he was playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he's a hell of a footballer. He's, I think it's safe to say here at this point that Xhaka, I think he's a top 5 midfielder. I will admit, from my non-biased opinion, I feel like it's fair to say that Xhaka, he's a top 5 midfielder at this point here. But, that interview made me really realize here what football fans truly are about, and just for some Arsenal fans, because I'm not saying all Arsenal fans are like this, but for some of them just to go out of their way and just to, really just treat Xhaka like crap, and it's like, now they're acting all surprised that he's leaving the club. Well, it's like, it doesn't work that way, okay? It's like, you can't expect Xhaka to stay at Arsenal if you're just going to, not give your captain the proper respect that he deserves, that he wants, okay? And it's like, now people are acting all surprised that he's leaving for Bayer Leverkusen. It's like, hey, I hate to tell you this, but I told you so. Okay, and seeing people's tributes on social media also is another thing I want to talk about, because obviously, hey, people are posting their little tributes to Xhaka, but it's like, why didn't people maybe, show their support for Xhaka especially when he was leaving that tunnel, when Arsenal fans were booing him? Why didn't people also at that same time back then, maybe try to, show their support for Xhaka? Okay, it's like, if you're going to show your support for your captain when he's doing good, then you should maybe also show your support for your club captain when he's not at his best moment in his career, because at the end of the day, people need to realize this is just football, okay? Just like how Xhaka said it, this is football, okay? And it's like, this isn't real life, okay? Because I feel like sometimes that people take this football stuff way too seriously. Like me, for example, I never take football personally, okay? And I feel like the main issue with some football fans is that they just take football way too goddamn seriously. I'm talking about them literally going out of their way to make it all personal, okay? And to try to drag a footballer's family into this. It's like, what? I don't know what the hell is wrong with some football fans, but some football fans are just truly messed up inside the head. No other way to say this, because, I just don't understand how people could stoop that low to that type of football degenerate-like behavior where I'm talking about them going out of their way to even try to drag a footballer's family into this, like how, Xhaka said in his interview. And now y'all are acting all surprised he's leaving for Bayer Leverkusen. Well, this is what happens. I guess you could say at this point that the chapter between Arsenal and Xhaka is closed. And honestly, maybe Xhaka would have stayed longer at the club if the fans have just learned how to treat him better. Because, Xhaka said in his interview that I guess that in Germany, the football fans have treated him better. So honestly, I mean, I can understand why he's going now to Bayer Leverkusen, because, hey, if the fans are going to treat him better, then, hey, I support his decision to go to Bayer Leverkusen and all that stuff. And yeah, man, that's really all I have to say about Xhaka leaving Arsenal for Bayer Leverkusen. Don't know what else to say. Catch y'all later.